Now at 5 and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, we bring report from overseas. An Israeli teen chooses jail time over military service. And a lower court puts a temporary hold on a Texas state order that would investigate families for gender-affirming care. Plus, first responders in the Victoria area start off Child Abuse Prevention Awareness Month with a sound off.
Well, folks, we had a lot of cloud cover over the weekend, but tomorrow it's all going to be gone. We have a frontal system kicking off some big stuff up north. It's going to drag through our area overnight, and tomorrow should be a lot sunnier. We'll have more details on your weather coming up.
Construction at the De Leon Plaza is nearly finished. 25 News Now Trey Mining has the details. You're watching 25 News Now at 5. Good afternoon and thanks for being with us. I'm Karina Garcia. Today, April 1st, marks the beginning of Child Abuse Prevention Awareness Month. Local first responders mark the occasion by not just sounding off with their voices, but also with their sirens. Fire trucks, police vehicles, and others lined up at the Patty Dotson Center parking lot at noon, while first responders and many others lined up along the sidewalk to bring attention to the cause. Megan Gum, director of Hope Child Advocacy Center, says the more awareness brought to the issue, better.
And we're really excited about this event. It helps honor those who've been impacted by abuse. And when we get the community involved, we increase education and awareness and end abuse in our community.
The Child Abuse Sound-Off is a yearly event to help raise awareness. Last year alone, over 1,000 cases of child abuse were reported in Victoria County. If you need to report abuse, call 911. So here's your viewer poll this afternoon. You can scan that QR code right there on your screen to vote. The question is, are you aware of the signs and symptoms of child abuse? Yes or no? We want to hear from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part. And we're going to have an update on 25 News Now at 6. After months of anticipation, the new and improved De Leon Plaza in downtown Victoria will open with a number of improvements. 25 News Now reporter Trey Mining has this story.
Among the exciting features added at De Leon Plaza includes the state-of-the-art stage, now a permanent fixture at the plaza. Danielle Williams is the director of the City of Victoria's Economic Development Department. She says the stage has some unique features.
It is a dual-purpose stage. You can have a performance that faces out this way, that is a larger area, but you can also do a smaller, maybe a speaking event towards the back.
The upgrades include welcome areas where the public can sit day or night.
Out here where you can sit and eat your lunch, and at night all of this area is lit and it's very pretty at night.
The new restrooms were built with comfort and convenience in mind.
Everything is automatic when it comes to the flushing toilets and the sinks.
Okay.
But again, these are heated and cool, so it keeps it very comfortable in here.
These are just some of the new features added to De Leon Plaza. The grand opening is set for Saturday, April the 13th. Trey Mining, KVUE-TV, 25 News Now.
Alrighty, Trey, thank you for that story. But now let's take it over to the weather wall with Chief Meteorologist Mac Bittis.
You know, that April 13th is going to be very busy.
Oh, it's going to be packed.
They've got so much stuff planned up and lined up, so circle it on your calendar because I'm sure there'll be something for you to do on that day. Well, folks, we had Easter weekend. I hope it went well. Didn't get a lot of sun, but that's okay. It kept the temperature down. But tonight, things are popping up in North Texas. We've got some severe weather. Nothing happening around our region, but already we've got severe thunderstorm watches rolling through North Texas. We'll try and pinpoint where they're going coming up in just a few minutes, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Mac, thank you. Now to Baltimore, where it's a race to reopen the port and clear the water nearly a week after the Key Bridge collapse. A temporary channel is now open. It will widen over time to help with the flow of marine traffic.
Today, the first sign of the Port of Baltimore slowly reopening. A small ship passing through a new temporary channel, first meant for boats working on the cleanup, later for commercially essential ships.
We have to move fast, but we cannot be careless.
It's still not clear when this complex, delicate cleanup will be finished.
We're going to do everything that we can to get the port open as soon as possible, obviously to build that bridge as soon as possible. The timeline is going to be complicated.
Over the weekend, blowtorches slicing through steel, workers removing a piece of the bridge weighing 200 tons.
Yeah.
The Coast Guard dropping channel markers in the water. marking the path of that temporary channel that will ease the backup of ships stuck in port. Adding to the cleanup complexity, a natural gas pipeline runs underneath the crash site. Pressure in the pipeline has been reduced as crews work above.
It's not just that you have to remove the wreckage, it's that you have to do it in a way that doesn't cause portions of the bridge that are there across the water to shift. They've been under a lot of compression and tension. They could behave almost like a spring if they are not expertly managed.
Both cargo and passenger ships are being rerouted to other ports, including this Carnival cruise ship.
Carnival was simply looking for a safe port of harbor.
Scheduled to dock in Baltimore, the ship was diverted to Norfolk, Virginia. Passengers put on buses for a 4-hour ride north.
Thanks for the good folks in Norfolk for getting us home.
President Biden will be in Baltimore on Friday to visit the site. The White House still says the federal government will pay to rebuild the bridge. Still not clear what that funding will look like. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Back in 2022, the Texas Attorney General released an opinion that concluded parents are committing child abuse when they help provide a transgender child with gender transitioning treatment. Texas Governor Greg Abbott then ordered the State Department of Family Protective Services to investigate any family violating that order. 2 families sued, and a lower court put a temporary hold on that state order, saying families would be harmed by this type of investigation. The appeals court has upheld the temporary order until a trial can determine if the state order is legal. Now, a scary scene for a motorist in San Antonio today. It was extremely close call when a crane toppled over onto this vehicle around 11 this morning. The incident happened along Interstate 35 on the southwest side of the city. No word on how many people were in the car or if there are any injuries. Crews were actively working to clear the scene while traffic was diverted onto a nearby road. The first human case of bird flu in Texas was detected after someone made contact with an infected dairy cattle. It's the second human cause of the highly pathogenic strain of avian flu in the U.S. You can read this Texas Tribune article on our website, crossroadstoday.com. The U.S. is trying once again to convince Israel not to carry out a ground invasion of Rafah, where more than 1 million Palestinian civilians are sheltering. This, as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu comes under increasing pressure. Protesters now calling for a new election, angry over the government's failure to secure the release of all hostages.
In Israel, too, there are those who object to their government's handling of the war in Gaza. Among them, Ben Arad, who as an 18-year-old is due to enlist this week for his mandatory military service. Instead, he tells the crowd he's choosing to go to jail. We caught up with him in Tel Aviv on his very last day of freedom.
I don't refuse because I'm afraid of being hurt or killed in military action. I have a very, very deep disgust of the things that I'm seeing happening.
Things, he says, that Israeli media doesn't dwell on, but that he seeks out on international networks and online.
I think something that really broke my heart was the flower massacre. So seeing people trample each other to get food, I mean, you just can't deny at that point that there is a famine going on and people are hungry.
So on Monday, Ben will hand himself in, becoming one of only a handful of so-called refuseniks to make their decisions public since the war began. In a country where military service marks the start of every Israeli's grown-up life, aside from those exempt on religious grounds, the war has made avoiding it a political act.
I've been called a traitor. I've been told that I need to be deported, or I've been asked why I don't just move. I mean, but it's not such terrible stuff. I haven't gotten that yet. Like, I'll get that when I go to jail.
Yet Ben says he's determined to give up his freedom in order to remain free of a war that he simply doesn't believe in. Melissa Bell, CNN, Tel Aviv.
One of the two suspects in an animal cruelty case in Victoria County is expected in court Tuesday morning. 42-year-old Carissa Salinas and 55-year-old Terry Ellis were indicted on 11 counts of animal cruelty. The incident in question happened on December 16th of 2022. Salinas is expected in court at 9 a.m. Tuesday morning. That's tomorrow. Now remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click that notification bell. For now, stay with us. Alex Murdaugh makes headlines once again. Straight ahead on 25 News Now at 5, how his financial crimes led to another sentence. Also ahead, if you are experiencing trouble with FAFSA this year, you are not alone, what the Department of Education says next. Convicted murderer Alex Murdaugh received another prison sentence today. A federal judge sentenced him to 40 years in prison for financial crimes involving the theft of millions of dollars from his law firm and clients. Last year, he pleaded guilty to nearly 24 charges of conspiracy, fraud, and money laundering. Murdaugh is currently serving 2 life sentences for the murders of his wife and his 22-year-old son. There's yet another problem with the federal financial aid forms that could further delay student aid awards. The Department of Education says many colleges received the wrong information about some families' finances. Administrators blame that on what they call inaccurate tax data from the IRS. The problem reportedly impacts about 1 million applicants. And just over a week ago, a separate calculation error impacted several 100,000 forms. College and universities usually want students to make a decision to enroll and pay a deposit by May 1st. Many schools, but not all, have already pushed back that date. If you unknowingly poured salt instead of sugar into your coffee this morning, you are not alone. Today is a prankster's favorite holiday, and some experts say April Fool's Day may actually be good for your health.
Whether you're the prankster, he got me, or the unsuspecting target, April 1st may actually give your health a boost, and that's no joke.
April Fool's is a great day to give yourself permission to let loose, to laugh, to be silly.
Psychologist Susan Alberts with Cleveland Clinic says this day is devoted to fun, and a prank or joke may be just what you need to relieve some stress and connect with others.
We love a good laugh. It helps us to bond with the people in our lives, but it also has benefits to our body. When we laugh, it releases oxytocin, which is the bonding chemical. That's why we feel close to other people when we all join in a good laugh.
But to make this day a potential health success, Albert says to know pranks may be coming and remind yourself it's all in good fun.
It can make you a little bit nervous, but being prepared and being aware helps you to laugh a little bit harder.
If you're the prankster, Albert says to read the room and make sure your joke is appropriate.
Are people laughing? Are they doing a belly laugh? Or are they shutting down? This gives us a good clue if this is funny or to be very cautious.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Well, the start of April brings a big Powerball jackpot. The grand prize for tonight is an estimated $1 billion. It's the 5th largest in Powerball game history and offers a cash value worth an estimated $483 million. If there is no jackpot winner tonight, the grand prize for Wednesday night's drawing will roll to an estimated $1.9 billion. And I hate to say this, Mac, and I say it all the time, but I just cannot wrap my head around $8 billion or $1.9 billion.
It's a billion. Now, here's my question, Karina. I have tickets from last weekend.
Okay.
Do I have to buy new ones?
I think you do. You know, and if I won...
Now I know how they get so much money.
Yeah. And if I won that prize, you wouldn't know, but there would be signs.
There would be no signs. Where's Karina? She's gone.
No.
Well, anyway, folks, if you're going to get into it, you got to, as they say, you got to be in it to win it. All right. Hope you had a good weekend. We're still on the overcast side, but it's 79 degrees. Our high temperature today got us up to 80, right on the money. If you know the sun had poked out, it would have been a whole lot warmer. But tonight we've got big storms firing up north. Will they get this far south? That's the big question, and we'll answer it coming up in a moment. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. Hopefully you had a great weekend. Now, of course, the cloud deck just sort of hung around. Basically, the deck was so thick that the sun never poked through to expand the atmosphere and warm it up, which is okay, you know, because our temperature stayed right at 81, 82 all weekend long. But tonight, a lot of this is going to be changing. We've got a frontal system out in West Texas that's already triggering some big stuff up here. You see that line that extends all the way down? Well, that's the front that's coming through our area. Tomorrow, generally by sunrise, a lot of this is going to be gone, but question is, what happens tonight? Well, if you're up in North Texas, you're going to have a rough night sleeping. Right now, you can see these three little squares here. That's a severe thunderstorm warning, and all this area in red, north of, basically north of Dallas, is all a tornado watch. So they're having some big springtime weather up there, and fortunately, we didn't get that over the weekend. Now, you notice right here, we are barely in the scope, but somebody north of us will likely see a couple of showers passing through overnight, maybe by sunrise, but by noon tomorrow, pardon me, all this will be really moving out of here. As a matter of fact, you can see how our temperatures are going to be dropping. Today we're in the 80s. Tomorrow we'll get up to almost 80 degrees. Then it really drops as the north wind kicks in. Get a load of your temperatures for the next few days. Tuesday, 83 and then 73 on Wednesday. A little bit cooler weather for the rest of the week as basically the pattern changes all over North America. We can see how the rain activity in the cloud deck just sort of glances north of our region, so we're not really concerned about getting anything that might be severe in our area. We're looking, of course, at improving weather conditions because our winds are turning around. Today, they're all southeast. By tomorrow morning, they'll be out of the north, and they'll be bringing us drier, cooler, and clearer skies over the next couple of days. Let's take a look at your day planner. For those of you in the Port Lavaca area, we're looking for sunny skies, a pretty nice day. If we get any rain, it'll be between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. But after that, chances are pretty slim. We're going to go clear, and we're going to get up to about 80 because of the sunshine, but the north wind or the cooler wind won't be here until later in the day. So sunny skies for everybody in Cuero and getting up to about 80 for your Tuesday. And then the big question is, okay, how much cooler will it get? Well, not a whole lot because it's getting late in the season, as you can imagine. Here's our little front, comes through about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. It's not a huge front, but it is triggering some activity to the north. Now, if you've got somebody in Austin, Waco, or Dallas, it might be a little bit more confusing or complicated up there. But for us, showers are possible early around the area, then gorgeous weather for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Saturday's still looking pretty good now. Here, okay, I got to do it. I got to tell you. There's a second front coming through Sunday night. We'll have a few isolated showers. Why do I say that? Because Monday is eclipse day and everybody's going to be out there looking for the sun. Hopefully the sun will be available for viewing because of the potential of isolated showers. So we will certainly be watching that for you as we get on into the weekend. That is your 7-day forecast. Reminding everybody we do have a QR code. Love for you to scan that. Put Crossroads Today on your phone. Here's Karina.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up next on 25 News Now at 5, we're going to take a look at your stocks. Plus, reports say you need a 6-figure salary just to buy a home this year alone. Taking a look at your stocks, the Dow up 478 points, the S&P 500 up 45 points, and the Nasdaq up 84 points. Oil down 27 cents, closing at $81.35 a barrel. Google is set to delete billions of user browsing records to settle a $5 billion privacy lawsuit. The tech giant will also switch off third-party trackers by default and notify users when their data is being collected. In the past, Google used third-party cookies to collect user data, even on Google's incognito mode. Plaintiffs accused Google of collecting millions of user data without their knowledge while they were using this incognito mode. Google says the data collected was technical in nature and was never associated with any individual. Now, in nearly half of U.S. states, you'll need a six-figure household income if you want to buy a house. A new analysis from Bankrate.com found buyers need to make more than $100,000 to comfortably afford a typical median-priced home in 22 states. Breaking it down, places that need the highest household income to afford a typical home are in California, Hawaii, D.C., Massachusetts, and Washington state. Places that require the lowest levels of income are Mississippi, Ohio, Arkansas, Indiana, and Kentucky. Stay with us. We're going to take one last look at your forecast with Mac. Plus, new artificial intelligence can now replicate the sound of your voice. Plus, here's a look at world news tonight, right after 25 News Now at 5.
This week, clearing the wreckage of the collapsed bridge, the massive, delicate operation. Plus, the severe weather on the move, tracking the high winds and tornado threats. More Americans turn to World News Tonight with David Muir, the most watched newscast on television.
Our streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. Stream our daily newscasts and much more using your connected TV. Just download Crossroads Today Plus on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. Well, OpenAI has revealed a new artificial intelligence that can mimic human voices. It's called Voice Engine. The tech only needs a 15-second voice sample to replicate your voice nearly flawlessly. It can even use the voice to speak in other languages. OpenAI says it can be used for translations or to help people who have lost the ability to speak. So there is some good here, but of course, there are also countless of other not so good uses. There's one reason the company has not released it yet, but right now, only a few of the company's partners are using it. And you know what? We are just evolving so fast.
This is going so fast. 5 years, folks, we won't know what's real and what's not. With this age, artwork, songs, voices, faces.
Have you ever seen iRobot by Will Smith?
Yes, I remember it.
Okay,
yes.
that's what this reminds me of every time we talk about AI.
They're taking over.
Yeah.
Hey, folks, I just wanted to tell you, if you get those glasses for the solar eclipse, which is coming up soon, next Monday, just make sure it has the word ISO on it.
Yeah, you want to take care of your eyes there.
Because you want to make sure that the appropriate lenses. I don't know. It's possible somebody might be selling, knockoffs or fakes, but if it says ISO, you'll be okay, because that could hurt. Anyway, folks, we are looking for better weather by tomorrow. There's a little front coming through. The cloud cover is going to blow away as the north wind kicks in tonight. Big storms up in North Texas, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are looking really nice at this point in time, only in the 70s.
Alrighty, thank you, Mac, and thank you for being with us. We hope to see you back here tonight for 25 News Now at 6. World News Tonight with David Muir is up next.